Hi everyone, and welcome to this new vocabulary lesson. The lesson will enable you to learn a wide range of vocab words related to the theme of the unit. So it's an occasion for you to review and expand your vocabulary stock on science and technology. We'll finish the video with 3 exercises that will enable you to practice the vocab words that you will learn. So let us get started. We'll start by clarifying the 2 key concepts of the unit, science and technology. So as you see, here you are required to match the concepts science and technology with their appropriate definitions. So definition number 1 refers to the practical application of scientific knowledge for a purpose. It also includes the capability and skills required to apply the knowledge. So it's the definition of technology. The second is knowledge attained through study or practice concerned with the physical world. This is a definition for science. The third refers to a system of acquiring knowledge. This system uses observation and experimentation to describe and explain natural phenomena. This is the definition of science. The last definition, the usage and knowledge of tools, techniques, craft, systems or methods of organization in order to solve a problem or create an artistic perspective. So this is the definition of technology. So from these definitions, we can come up with 2 simple definitions of science and technology. So we can simply define science as the knowledge. So knowledge is one word that was repeated in the definitions of science. So science is the knowledge obtained through research studies, experiments and observations of natural phenomena. As for technology, it can be briefly defined as the application of scientific findings or knowledge to produce tools and devices to solve problems and study different phenomena in the world. This diagram explains the relationship between science and technology. So as you see, science and technology are overlapped. That is, they are interrelated or interconnected. So the question that poses itself here is that how are science and technology overlapped or interrelated? The answer to this question is the following. Technology is a product of science. So we can say that science is the father and technology is the son. Technology is created to serve scientific research. Technological outcomes can provide mechanisms for science to gain a better view of its defined world. So technology is created to help science to discover or gain a better view of the world. It provides science with the tools and devices to be used for doing more and more scientific studies about different phenomena in the world. For example, the telescope and the microscope are 2 technological devices that have enabled scientists to see small objects and far objects that cannot be seen with the naked eye. Here we have 3 modern technological devices: the mobile phone, the laptop and the desktop computer. So all these technological devices have common advantages. They enable us to keep in touch with our friends and family members via calls, text messages and social media. They provide an unlimited source of information, and they are also good means of entertainment. These are other modern technological devices. This is the digital camera. It is used for taking pictures and shooting videos. This is the printer. It is used for printing texts and documents. This is called PSP. It's an acronym for PlayStation Portable. It is used for playing video games. This is scanner. It is used for scanning text. It turns text into pictures. This is a satellite dish. It enables us to have many TV channels on our televisions. This is LCD TV, a modern type of TV. The remote control for controlling TV from a far distance. This is a small device called the memory card. It is used for storing data. The same goes for a USB. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. It is also used for storing data. We also call it data traveler. This is a DVD player. It plays CDs and DVDs. This machine is called a dishwasher. It washes dishes. Finally, this device is called the vacuum cleaner. It cleans the floor. This technological device is called a desktop computer. The elements of a desktop computer are the following: system unit, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Technology is everywhere. Wherever you go, you find technology. Technology can be found at home, at school, and even at work. For example, in the bedroom, you can find a number of technological devices like TV, radio, telephone. At school, you can find tablet, interactive board, data show. In the kitchen, you can find a washing machine, cooker, and so on. At work, you can find printer, telephone, fax, scanner, and so on. These are some popular application software. Application software is what we call word processor. The second is Google Chrome. It's a very common internet browser. The third is Facebook. The fourth is Skype. The third is Twitter, and the last one is YouTube. So Facebook, Skype, and Twitter are also called social media because they enable us to interact with people. As you see, this map is about access to computers in the world. It tells us people's accessibility to computers in the world. As you see, people who have more access to computers in the world are people who live in developed countries, in rich countries. And people who have less access to computers are the ones who live in underdeveloped countries. And this difference in terms of accessibility to computers in the world is referred to as the digital divide. So the digital divide is a concept used to refer to the discrepancy or difference between people in terms of accessibility to the internet and the computer in the world. This is another photo for the digital divide. We also use two concepts, technological haves and technology. We also use two concepts, technology haves and technology have-nots, to refer to people who have access to the computer and the internet, and to the ones who don't have access to them. As there is digital divide in the world, there is also digital divide within each country. For example, in Morocco, there is a digital divide. People who live in urban areas, in cities, most of them have access to the computer and the internet. However, people who live in rural areas have less access to the internet and the computer. There are several major contributors to the global digital divide, including differences in income, illiteracy, etc. So the two causes of digital divide in the world are poverty and illiteracy. Most of people don't have access to the computer because they are poor. They can't afford to buy computers. Another cause is illiteracy. Many people don't know how to use the computer and the internet. To bridge the digital divide, to solve this problem, governments should provide accessibility to computers and the internet, as well as teaching people how to use technology. So we have to address these causes if you want to bridge this phenomenon, the digital divide. The government should provide computers to people and teach them how to use them. Here we have the pictures of two women. The woman in the first picture seems to love the computer or technology in general. The second one, however, seems to dislike or hate technology. So we use two terms for referring to people who love or dislike technology. Technophile means a person who has love of or enthusiasm for technology. Technophobe, however, is used to refer to a person who dislikes or avoids new technology. Consider this quote about technology. Technology is a queer thing. It brings you great gifts with one hand and it stabs you in the back with the other. This is a saying by Carrie Snow. So this quote is about the advantages and disadvantages of technology. So let's talk about this point, the advantages and disadvantages of technology. So technology has got a number of advantages as well as disadvantages. Let's start by its advantages. Some advantages of technology are the following. It has made our education easier and better. It has made our travel easier, quicker, and more comfortable. It has facilitated and improved communication with others. It has also improved our health. As for its drawbacks, it is a source of distraction. Unemployment, addiction. Another drawback is that it kills creativity and intelligence. The spread of different technological tools across the world has influenced the behaviors of a huge number of people. One remarkable aspect of this influence is what we call computer addiction. So this picture shows what we call computer addiction. What is computer addiction? What are its effects and how can we control it? Computer addiction can be defined as the excessive use of the computer and the internet. A person who is addicted to a computer is called a computer addict. The symptoms of this phenomenon are the following. The first symptom is time. The computer addict spends a lot of time in front of a computer chatting with a pair or playing video games. replacing old hobbies with excessive use of the computer and using the computer as one's primary source of entertainment. Lacking physical exercise and or outdoor exposure because of constant use of the computer. As for its effects, this phenomenon can lead to many health problems such as obesity, headaches, eye problems. It can also lead to lack of face-to-face social interaction. People who are addicted to the computer don't chat with their family members. As for its solutions, one solution is limiting your time spent on computer. Another solution is organizing some sensitizing campaigns to raise people's awareness about its dangers. Well, throughout this presentation you've learned a number of vocabulary words like device, technology, science, computer addiction, digital divide, computer haves, computer have-nots, technophile, technophobe. Now let us practice these vocabulary words. Practice exercise number 1. Match each concept with its appropriate definition. So here you are required to match each concept in box A with its appropriate definition in box B. So let us start. So as you see, you have 9 vocab words: technology haves, technophile, technology have-nots, digital divide, technophobe, computer addiction, application software, device or gadget, and technology. So definition number 1: a person who has love of or enthusiasm for technology. Definition B: the application of scientific findings for practical purposes, especially in industry. C: the gulf between those who have ready access to computers and the internet and those who don't. Definition D: people who have access to technology. Definition E: people who don't have access to technology. Definition F: a group of programs designed to perform particular task or operation. These include word processors, web browsers, Twitter, WhatsApp, etc. G: a person who dislikes or avoids new technology. H: a small device or tool or machine with a particular purpose. The last definition: it's when someone spends an excessive amount of time using the computer. So let's get started. So the appropriate definition of technology haves is definition D. Technology haves means people who have access to technology. Concept 2, technophile, its appropriate definition is A: a person who has love of or enthusiasm for technology. Technology have-nots means people who don't have access to technology. Digital divide means the gulf. The gulf here means the difference. The difference between those who have access to computers and the internet and those who do not. Technophobe, its appropriate definition is G: a person who dislikes or avoids new technology. Concept 6, computer addiction, its appropriate definition is I: it's when someone spends an excessive amount of time using the computer. Concept 7, application software. Application software means a group of programs designed to perform a particular task or operation. These include word processors, web browsers, Twitter, WhatsApp, and so on. Device or gadget means a small device or tool or machine with a particular purpose. As for technology, it can be defined as the application of scientific findings for practical purposes, especially in industry. Well, let's move on to the next exercise. In this exercise, you are required to complete the sentences with the appropriate vocabulary words from the list. So as you see, you are given a list of vocabulary words: internet, computer addiction, software application, technophobe, and technophile. So thanks to the people are nowadays able to get in touch with other people from various places through using Facebook, Twitter, Skype, etc. So the vocabulary word that should be used for completing the sentence is the internet. Thanks to the internet, people are nowadays able to get in touch with other people from various places through using Facebook, Twitter, Skype, and so on. Let me write it. Next, a group of people they don't have mobile phones and don't even know how to use them. Others, of course, are, but they buy the latest technology gadgets whether they need them or not. So a group of people are technophobe. That is, they don't have mobile phones and don't even know how to use them. Others, of course, are the opposite of technophobe, technophile. That is, they love technology. So they buy the latest technology gadgets whether they need them or not. The next sentence: people can install many on their cell phones. So of course we can install many software applications. The last sentence: in order to reduce the risk of or to help stop the addiction, parents should limit the amount of time that their children spend on the computer. This is an effective solution to control computer addiction. Now the exercise is answered. Let's read the sentences again. Thanks to the internet, people are nowadays able to get in touch. Get in touch means communicate. To get in touch with other people from various places through using Facebook, Twitter, Skype, and so on. A group of people are technophobe. They don't have mobile phones and don't even know how to use them. Others, of course, are technophile. They buy the latest technology gadgets whether they need them or not. People can install many software applications on their cell phones like WhatsApp, YouTube, and so on. In order to reduce the risk of computer addiction or to help stop the addiction, parents should limit the amount of time that their children spend on the computer. Practice exercise 3. Complete the table with the correct form of the words. So this is a practice of word formation. You are required to create new words from the given words. The first word is a verb, invent. The noun that can be formed from the verb invent is invention. The mobile phone and the computer are great inventions. Explore. The noun that can be formed from the verb explore is exploration. Interpret, interpretation. Analysis is a noun, and the verb that can be formed from this noun is analyze. As for discover, the noun that can be formed as for discover, the noun that can be formed from it is discovery. Well, this is the end of the lesson. Thank you again for your kind attention, and see you in the coming video.